What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Thanks for joining us today. Today is exciting, man. So today, I want to go over a few of the changes I have made to my bone stock, was bone stock, Axial Scx10.3 RTR. So as some of you guys have watched in my last video, as I brought up, I'm returning to the hobby after being gone and absent for about a year and a half. And this was the first truck I decided to start with. I did go with the ready to run, not the kit, only for the simple fact that I didn't have my own radio, those, radio tires, wheels, receivers. I didn't have all that. So I wanted something to start with just to get me out on the trails and run. I will probably end up buying a kit very soon to build myself and kind of build it the way I want to. But as I always do, I like to make these trucks as much my own as I can. So I want to kind of go over the details, what I would call stage one of upgrading of this truck that we have gone over. We have done a lot of work to this thing in the last week that we've had it, and as you can tell, it definitely doesn't look stock anymore. I mean, this is definitely not the same Scx10 we unboxed a week ago. So I just want to go over a couple of the key things we've done and changes we've made to it. So starting off, obviously it has a black roof. Really all I did was I used some Tamiya, I believe it's PS6 black, flat, matte black. I taped off the roof line along with the back, and we just sprayed it black. Along with doing that, we also did the grill. As you can kind of see if I get you up close, did some angry eyes on the grill, on the headlights, just to give it a little extra flair. Eventually, we will be adding I believe it's My Trick RC light kit with the halo headlights, the taillights. This truck already does, for those of you guys who don't know, already does come with lights installed. So this has headlights and taillights from the factory, which is a great addition, great thing that Axial has provided. But the My Trick RC light kit also, I believe, comes with halo headlights, just a couple different features. I believe it has rock lights for underneath, the fender wells, just a couple extra added pieces that make it a little bit more unique. So we will get to that eventually. So just going from the outside, as you can see, we have added the black painting to the roof and to the grill. There it is again. Roof, again, very basic, literally just tape and done. We added the Pitbull 1.9 growler, and this is on the Pitbull 1.9 Raceline Rhino wheel. So that is the tire and wheel combination we went with. These are a really great wheel. I'll get up and close with you guys later so you can really see. They're just incredibly scale and very nice looking wheels. So that's our wheel and tire combination. Moving on, as you can see on the back, we added some Night Customs 3D printed over here, the 3D printed hinges for the trunk. And then we also added those hinges on the hood. So as you can see right here, we have the hinges on the hood, both sides. We added those. And then we added the Night Customs 3D printed snorkel. So there's the 3D printed Night Custom snorkel. We painted it black, added a little bit of shiny chrome to it. And there we go. So there is all the cosmetic changes we've made. We also switched the driver. I don't know if you can see, but we switched the driver's hat to the baseball hat, just because that's a little bit more my style than that. Interior changes, we haven't done much performance-wise yet. So we did change out the servo. So I have a ProTech servo in here, ProTech digital servo in here. We changed out the aluminum servo horn. This truck did come with the aluminum servo horn, but we did change it out to one that fits the ProTech servo, and we added some aluminum drive shafts, and that is about all we've done performance-wise to the truck. I really wanted to see how it performs box stock. Obviously, I haven't had this truck out yet to test it, as we just kind of finished doing all the upgrades and changing all the things we wanted to change about it. So this truck has not been out actually trail tested yet, which hopefully we're going to get to very, very soon. But I did want to, I'm sorry, I forgot one other thing. We did do the Night Customs skid plate. So this is, I don't know, it's a skid plate. I don't know what that is. It's like it's a rock slider, but it's a step. So we 3D printed these rock sliders from Night Customs right off of his Shapeways store. And we printed these and painted them black and put them on. It's just a better looking slider. I didn't like the slider. The original one that came on the truck, it kind of veers out in the front, and I felt like it didn't really look much like a step you would have on a vehicle like this. So if it doesn't look scaled, it wasn't really all that impressive to me. So we replaced that right away. I got rid of that. I was going to do the scale, the 3D printed hinges for the doors. I just felt like it was a lot on the side of the truck, so we chose to not go with those and leave them stock. But yeah, I mean, so let's just take off the pins, let you guys see underneath. These tires are really sticky. They're great tires. I don't know if you guys have never used Pitbull tires. Highly recommend you try them. These growlers are, I mean, you can hear them on the table skidding around. I mean, they are very sticky tires, which is awesome. Actually sounds like a real tire. But they are great. Pitbull tires are incredible. I wanted to check out their new line of race line wheels. Really because it's Pitbull's first real jump into the wheel scene. They've done tires for a while. You can tell these wheels and tires actually stick out a little bit further than the stock. That was intentional. I put 8mm hex adapters inside these wheels. Number one, to clear the portal on the portal axle, but number two, just to give it a little bit more, I don't know if you can kind of see, just to give it a little bit more aggressive look and to have these wheels and tires stick out a little bit extra. But so let's take the body off. You'll get a better look at some things. So all the electronics are still stock. We still are running a Spectrum Smart Firma ESC and receiver combo. Still running the 35-turn brush motor. Still have the Spectrum analog surface little tiny mini servo. Really, like I said, really the only thing we have changed on the bottom here is we have GPM aluminum. Let me see if I can get you guys an up close look at these. GPM aluminum. Aluminum drive shafts. So you can kind of see there. These are made by GPM. They are the aluminum drive shafts. I just always like aluminum drive shafts in my truck. There is the front drive shaft, and then going back down to the rear drive shaft is right here. I've always liked aluminum drive shafts. I just feel like it's a better combination. Other than that, all stock. I did want to show you these wheels and tires though. So look at this wheel and tire combination. I mean, they are really just incredibly scale. Really nice looking. You can see all the screws around the edge. It actually bolts in with these 6 bolts, so that's pretty incredible. It's kind of hard to explain, but the way they bolt on is pretty remarkable. It's a different style than what I've seen in the past, but I think they look really nice. And then here are the rock sliders. These are, again, 3D printed rock sliders by Knight Customs. They are, I think, really just a nice piece. They bolt right up. As you can see, I'm using the stock bolts from Knight Customs, or from the actual kit, but the Knight Customs pieces actually just bolt right in, so it's nice to see that they do that. But anyways, so that's where we're at. I mean, so far, so a lot of cosmetic changes, a ton of cosmetic changes actually, little bits and pieces. I'm very much into the scale realism. So, I mean, like I said, really the only thing we've done performance-wise is the ProTech servo and the all-metal drive shafts. Other than that, everything else performance-wise is stock. We will be probably changing out the ESC and servo combo, or ESC and receiver combo, probably changing out the motor at some point. And from what I hear from the problems they've had with the mini servo, we'll probably end up changing that out as well at some point. But for now, the truck is basically stock. We did a lot of performance, or a lot of cosmetic changes, just because that's kind of where I wanted to start and make it my own before it gets out on the trail and people can actually see it. I don't want it to look like every other Jeep that's out there. So it's bad enough that all the ready to runs come in the same color. They all come in this kind of gray. It's like gray, or what is there, a red one, I believe. So with them already looking the same, I wanted to separate mine from the pack a little bit and just make it. These bodies are really difficult to get back on. I just wanted to separate mine a little bit, make it look a little bit more unique than everyone else's. So I feel like I accomplished that goal. I do like the black roof. I do like the black grille, obviously with the black wheels, and but I'm really excited for this truck. I'm really excited to get it out and see its capabilities, what it can do. The Knight Customs, if you guys go to his My Mini Uverse factory, or his Shapeways store, if you have a 3D printer and you can print these little bits, it definitely adds to the scale look. I have a Red Cat Gen 8. I also, V2, I also just picked up, that I added some windshield wipers to, some door handles to. We'll go over that in another video. We'll get to that truck and show you kind of what I've done with that truck so far. But just want to keep you guys posted and updated on what we've done so far. I'm really happy with it. I'm actually really excited to get it out. One thing I do have planned for the very near future, very near future, is I do want to change this out to non-portal axle. So Axial has released the kit to convert these to AR45 standard axles. And I know what some of you guys are going to say, why would you do that? It's such a great truck. Its performance is amazing. And I agree with all of those things. For me, it really just, for the scale realism, I don't like portal axles because it's not, you're not going to see a Jeep like this with portal axles. At least not from the factory. So I would prefer to see the axle and the pumpkin a little bit lower. And I really like the way that these standard axles look. I like how they perform. I think the AR44 axles on the Scx10 were great. The Scx10.3 were great. And I really am interested to see what they've done with the AR45. I believe the kit right now on A-Main Hobbies and Horizon Hobbies that I saw is about $169. It does come with fully completed axles. So the axles are fully put together already when you get them. It comes with new panhard, comes with new steering links, new shocks, which is great, and the gears you need for the transmission to reduce the reduction, or increase the reduction, I believe, in the transmission. So if you're going to change these out to standard axles, you will definitely need to change out the gearing in the axle to make sure that you have the right gear reduction. But yeah, so that'll come very soon. That'll probably be my next major upgrade to this truck. I'm going to kind of run the stock electronics for a little while, mainly because I haven't picked out a new radio yet that I want to connect all my trucks to. And so because I don't have a new radio, I'm still going to kind of run the standard Spectrum DX5, I think it is, or DX3. I'm going to run that one for a little while. I'm going to run the stock. I know the 35-turn motor from Axial is tried and true. It's tested. It works really, really well. There's nothing wrong with them. So I'm going to run that for probably a little while still. Yeah. So the next thing I'll probably do is the axle, to me, update, I like to call it. Again, we talked in the last video. It's funny. Everything ran to portal axles, and now I feel like a lot of things are running back to non-portal axles. The ground clearance is incredible with these portal axles. It really is. But the scale realism isn't really there. So, as much as I do like the added ground clearance, I do like the challenge of a regular standard axle when I'm wheeling these trucks, just to make it more realistic, I guess. So but that's all I got for you today. So our next video will probably be installing new axles, but that's it for today. Thanks for stopping in, checking out my update. I call it Upgrades version 1 for this truck, and there'll be many more to come, but this is the first step in what we've done so far. So thanks for coming, checking it out. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. Also check us out on Facebook at mf-rc /facebook.com, and thanks for hanging out. Adios. See you later.